Fucking kidding me? Dun 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 dun. Freaking love Terminator. Hey, what's up, everyone, and welcome to my review for Terminator Genisys, the 5th movie in the franchise, and I freaking love Terminator. The first two. The third one's okay. Fourth one's alright, kinda. This one, how good is this one? Terminator Genisys is a movie I was looking forward to for so long. I really was. Until the trailer came out, and then I got worried. I got really worried. Actually, no, not even when the trailer came out. The Entertainment Weekly article about just how all the characters look and how all the actors look and stuff, that made me worried. And then the trailer made me worried, because I was like, oh no. I mean, it has a lot of stuff that I can't wait to see, but I don't know, man. I don't know about this story. I don't know about these actors. I don't know. Ooh. And then the movie came out. Oh. Let's talk about it. I freaking love Terminator. They don't know what they're doing. Terminator Genisys. The story starts off in 2029 with John Connor and Kyle Reese as they're about to win the war against Skynet, the machines, of course. And before they win the war, because you actually do see them kind of win the war, before they win the war, Skynet sends out, of course, a T-800, a Terminator, back into 1984 to kill Sarah Connor, John Connor's mom, so that he will never be born, and the resistance never happens. Obviously, we saw in Terminator, it didn't really work out. It doesn't work out at all in this film either, because, yeah, and in this movie, Sarah Connor's not the worthless kind of wafy waitress. No, she's a battle-hardened warrior. She's kind of like what happened in between Terminator 1 and Terminator 2, where she's becoming like a badass. In Terminator 2, she's full badass. It's like middle of Terminator 1 and 2. That's how she is right now. At least that's what the movie wants you to think she is. But, alright, so, of course, the T-800 gets destroyed, mostly because there's another T-800 that went back in time to go save Sarah Connor when she was 9 years old. Someone sent that T-800 to go back and save Sarah when she was 9 years old. And, of course, that one took care of her when her parents died, and now that T-800 takes care of her, and now of course another T-800 got sent back, and that T-800 gets killed by the old T-800 that was the father figure of Sarah Connor, and then of course the T-1000 comes out, and he's Asian, he's played by the guy from G.I. Joe, and then they fight, and then he gets killed, Kyle Reese comes back, and he's getting attacked, and then something happens, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's like, I'll be back, and he jumps out of the helicopter, and he smashes into a helicopter and explodes, and then the guy comes out, and he's like, I'm a Terminator, and then he gets back his skin, and they fight, and they pew 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 boo. Oh, I'll be back. Yo, come with me if you want to live. Boo. That's the story of Terminator Genisys. I love a Terminator, but okay, no, okay. The story here, I'm not gonna re-explain the story. I didn't do a good job. I know. I don't care. The story here is very convoluted, as I was trying to say with my overall explanation of everything and the confusing way I told it. It's very confusing when you think about it, but if you just shut off your brain and watch the movie, then you'll just be like, oh, okay, I got what's happening. I said I'll be back. I remember that from the first three. Oh, you said that? When you said that, I really like it. It's really good this time too. So if you just shut off your brain, you'll love it. But but okay. In all seriousness, I was really looking forward to seeing this film. I really was. I was so excited. And I know it sounds like we're already 5 minutes into this review. I haven't even told you what I thought of it. Okay? I don't care. This is going to be a long review. I don't care. It's been out for fucking days. Almost a week at this point, so it doesn't even matter. It's a freaking film! I have major problems with this film. I really do. Critically, if I thought critically, I know I'm a movie critic, whatever you want to say, but if I had to think like a typical movie critic and weigh the negatives with the positives and stuff, this is easily the weakest Terminator film yet. It is. It's the weakest one. You have some terrible dialogue, some just dumb moments in the story. Like, don't get me wrong, Terminator has always had some dumb plot elements, or even like if you think about the time travel, it doesn't really make sense. But this one has some dumb ones. There's a twist in the film that I thought would have been a well done twist, but again, just like in Terminator Salvation, they spoil it in the freaking trailer, the second trailer, not even the first trailer, the second trailer, they spoil that big twist. And that would have been a cool twist, just like in Terminator Salvation. But, of course, they had to spoil it in all the marketing material, because that makes sense. But even that, like, the acting at times is bad in this film. Like, the dialogue is terrible, but you could still be a decent actor just reading bad dialogue. But there's times where the acting is bad, and then there's also bad dialogue, so it's just a cringe-worthy scene. Pretty much any time Sarah and Kyle, Sarah, of course, played by Emilia Clarke, and Kyle, played by Josh Courtney, talk in this film, it's abysmal, like, really, and I'm talking about when they're talking together, like, building a relationship. It's abysmal. It's like, it's so, like Twilight level terrible, like, just trying to build a relationship by, like, talking about, like, their past lives or whatever, or like Josh Courtney's, Kyle Reese, like, out of nowhere one time says, you're the most beautiful person in the world. Like, that's some fucking Edward Cullen or Sullen, or whatever his name is, from Twilight shit. That's abysmal. Some terrible writing in this film. And hell, even some of the direction is terrible. And Alan Taylor's a decent director, I think. Even though I didn't really care for Thor: The Dark World after multiple viewings, I thought the first time, I was like, hey, this is a fun film. And he's a decent director. He's directed a lot of Game of Thrones episodes. And I'm pretty sure he directed some really, like, key Game of Thrones episodes. So maybe he should just stick with TV, or he should stick with Marvel, or stick with anything else besides Terminator, because there's times where the direction, I think, is really bad in this. And like I said, the acting, the characters are unlikable at times, the dialogue is bad, just some story elements don't either make sense or just are dumb, just straight up ridiculous. And also, there's a waste of a perfectly good J.K. Simmons in this film. J.K. Simmons shows up an hour into this film, and then for the next hour, he shows up sporadically for no reason. His character has no purpose besides to say, hey, robots, like that. That's it. He's like, he's pretty much playing the same character he did in Dark Skies, if you ever seen that film. Except now it's not aliens, it's robots. That's pretty much what he's playing. No one saw that film. I don't know why I referenced it, but whatever. But saying all of that, the dialogue, the acting, the story elements, the plot twist that got ruined in the trailers and marketing, which I'm sorry, that is a negative. Because the plot twist would have been cool, it would have been a decent one if it wasn't spoiled. Just some of the bad direction, like all that stuff, and I still can't say I hated this film. I actually more liked it than hated it, and I'll tell you why. 2 reasons. Well, actually 3 reasons, but one of them is like a conjoined reason, I guess you could say. 1, the action and the special effects are top-notch in this film. Even though there's some bad direction here and there, when it gets to the action, it's very well shot. You can tell what's going on. There's some inventive scenes. That whole scene on the bridge with the bus, I thought looked ridiculous in the movie's trailer. But in the movie, it's actually very well done. It makes sense why the bus flips, first of all, because in the trailer, it makes it look like the bus hit a car and just starts freaking flipping. And I was like, okay. In the movie, it makes more sense. It's actually very well shot. You can tell what's going on. The special effects are top-notch, especially when the new I think what is it, T-5000, the brand new Terminators, like, is getting destroyed and stuff. And he's, like, made out of, like, this kind of, I guess, I don't know, like, magnetic, like robot. I don't even know what he's made out of, but he's made out of this, like, I don't know, like this metal dust and stuff. Whenever he explodes, he has dust fly out of him. It's like metallic dust. I don't even know what it is. I don't know. They probably said what it was. I don't remember. It's like synthetic something. I don't know. But whenever he gets destroyed and stuff, or whenever he comes apart, it looks really cool. There's a part where he's stuck on an MRI machine because magnets hurt this thing. Ooh, so scary. Ooh, oh man, stuff that's on my fridge can stop this guy. But alright, there's a part where he's like trying to struggle and get off the MRI, and he's like actually like starting to deteriorate and stuff, and in the magnet you can see like parts of him like fly off. It was really cool special effects. So the special effects and the action are top notch in this film. But my favorite part of the film is, you know it's coming, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh my god, I love that man He's adorable. I love him. I really do. And I say adorable as in, like, in the film, he has the mind kind of a child because he's a robot, so he can't think like, you know, he doesn't really think like a human. So there's times where he's like, I did not kill him. I did that. That's a very rude response. Don't do that ever again. Like, the way he talks is like he did in the past Terminator films. And it felt like not a day has passed since he's played this Terminator. It's been 12 years. In between Terminator 3 and 5, he's been the governor. He's done tons of stuff. He fucked his maid. He did a lot of stuff in between these two films. And I felt like not freaking an hour has passed since he's played this character before. He does a terrific job. You love his character. You feel bad for his character at times. And I love the special effects that go into his character looking young and old at the same time. I thought that was really terrific. So Arnold Schwarzenegger is the best part of this film. And there's some great action, some great special effects, some terrible dialogue, some bad acting from some people. Jason Clarke is a great John Connor. I will say that, so he did a great job. J.K. Simmons, even though he's wasted, he does good. But besides that, like Josh Courtney and Emilia Clarke, I like both of those actors, but they're terrible in this film, and they're two main focus. So, yeah. Also, I love the Arnold Schwarzenegger and Kyle Reese, or I'm sorry, the T-800 and the Kyle Reese interactions. So that's probably the only time where Josh Courtney is actually pretty decent. So overall, I thought Terminator Genisys had a lot of problems, but I still enjoyed it, you know. But it's a fun film for the most part. I'm going to give this a 24 out of 40. It's not great. It's like a 6 out of 10 at most. I think that's what 24 out of 40 would translate to, like a 6 out of 10. It's a fun film, but it's nothing terrific, and it's definitely, if you look at it critically, it's the weakest of the movies. So there you go. But I do highly recommend, if you haven't, there's something wrong with you. But if you haven't, go check out the first two Terminator films. I mean, come on, they're classics. Classic films. And hell, even check out the third one. The third one has a lot of fun moments too. Even though the two main actors besides Arnold Schwarzenegger were really underwhelming in that film. So anyway, Terminator Genisys, I hope you enjoyed the review. Thank you, and until next time, goodbye.